Been almost 30 years since the first System Shock launched, and in that time the FPS genre has evolved to cover so many different things. But Shodan is back and ready to take over your life again. Is this a relic from the past, or is this a sign of a bright new future? The System Shock remake from Nightdive Studios and published by PLAION is a ground-up reboot of the 1994 classic of the same name. In it, you play an unnamed hacker who is kidnapped by the local megacorp and forced to hack into their own AI. Unsurprisingly, this doesn't end well, and you are left stranded on their station and left to die as a rogue AI goes about planning the end of humanity as we know it. Cyberpunk, baby! It's left to you to take down the AI and save Earth from its evil machinations. Story-wise, classic Cyberpunk fare. Not much meat on these bones, and it's more of a flimsy premise to get you into harm's way and let you bash brains and blow up cyborgs. The more enjoyable part of the story is the aftermath of the game's intro, as you learn what happened to the station's inhabitants after Shodan went all murdery? You get this info through text entries and audio logs throughout the station, which help you slowly piece together what happened to the crew. Gameplay-wise, this definitely feels like a throwback to the classic FPS games you remember, with you starting off with a lead pipe with which to bash the brains into the slow-moving monsters. As you progress, you'll get access to pistols, shotguns, grenades and more, all of which are more useful against specific enemies. Try emptying a mini pistol clip into a squishy zombie-esque monstrosity, or use that EMP mag pistol against those robot enemies for a quick kill. Each weapon feels just unique enough to have you switching up for each encounter. System Shock also leans a little bit into some of the survival horror tropes, with ammo being sparse and spawn points being rare. As a fan of the classic Resident Evil series growing up, I enjoyed this aspect of the game, making me plan out my attacks rather than going all guns blazing. There's also a few minor puzzle elements in this game, with you needing a rewire circuit boards to unlock new paths, along with hooking yourself into a 3D cyberspace where you take out the AI bots to hack doors. This was one of my least favourite parts of the game though, as it felt more like filler rather than a meaningful part of the game. You can collect a variety of abilities throughout this mode, but apart from one that was forced to be used to take out shields, it never felt like I had to do more than just hold down the fire button and run around dodging. One thing I'd also add is there is a ton of backtracking in this game. As mentioned before, the respawn points are few and far between. Unless you've unlocked the one on the floor you're on, expect to have constant trips back to the elevator to get back to where you were. Luckily, this doesn't reset your progression, and you'll only have to redo the traversal. The puzzles themselves will also see you having to remember codes and which door they're for. Grab a notepad for this one. This is a definite throwback to the 90s, and personal preference would have been a screen prompt on keypads highlighting the code if I discovered it. However, this is only a small complaint and makes sense as a throwback to the classic game's era. Graphically, while I like the style of the game, it was nothing too exciting. Feeling like a cross between voxel-based level design and more modern enemy and lighting elements to give an interesting, if not altogether exciting look. I played the game on Series X and had zero performance issues or any noticeable bugs of any kind. Score-wise, this gets a 7 from me. If you're looking for a classic feel FPS that is a love letter to the 90s games of old, then this is the game for you. I enjoyed my time with it and recommend picking this up if you're after some fun combat, simple puzzles, and a fun, if not in-depth story. System Shock is out now on all platforms. Until next time, happy gaming.
My child, welcome home.